Hicks Health went from not ranking at all for the term sciatica Bromley to ranking #1 with an AI overview and a link. As a result, they became the first choice for anyone seeking sciatica treatment in their area, meaning more leads, more patients and more revenue. My name's Chris Dan, I'm the founder of Broxbourne Marketing. We've helped hundreds of clinics and other small businesses to grow their Google rankings in their area, helping them to grow their business. In this local SEO course, I'm going to show you how to do exactly the same as for your business, starting with this first step, which is keyword research. Don't forget to grab your free Local SEO Runbook from the link in the description and like and subscribe to see more great local SEO content. So very quickly, what is local SEO? What is keyword research and why does it matter? Local SEO is the process of ranking your business higher on Google for your key terms. If you haven't watched the first video in this series on the entire local SEO process, then go ahead and watch that now. So what is keyword research and why does it matter? Before we start doing SEO work, we need to know what our customers are typing into Google so we know what terms we should be optimizing for. It's really important for us to find out not only what people are typing into Google, but which searches are actually likely to result in a sale, which ones have a purchase intent rather than just looking for information or being a search for which Google doesn't really return local businesses. In this video on keyword research, that's exactly what we're going to be looking at. So let's dive right in. There are 3 steps to keyword research, and they are discovering search terms, discovering search intent, and geographic optimizations. So let's get started with the first one, discovering search terms. To do keyword research, we need a keyword research tool. There are lots of them about, and for this video, we're going to use SEMrush. If you don't have a subscription to SEMrush, you can get a free trial using a link in the description, which will cover you more than enough to do keyword research for your business. So here I am in SEMrush and we're using the Keyword Magic Tool from the left-hand side here. Now let's say I'm looking for us. We're a digital marketing agency, so I've typed in digital marketing agency. SEMrush then tells me all the related terms to digital marketing agency, which people are typing into Google. It tells me how many people are searching them each month, and it gives me a rough idea of how difficult they might be to rank for. So I can use this to start seeing what I might want to optimize my website for. So for example, if I come down here, I can see that Google Ads Agency, although it has around 5,500 searches, is not very competitive. So that might be a better optimization for me than PPC Agency, which is exactly the same thing and has more searches but is a lot more competitive. All we want to do at this stage is start brainstorming keywords and making a note down of any that we think might be good for us, along with how many people are searching and how competitive they are. We'll examine them a bit more in the next step when we look at search intent. Now, if you're a local business, you want to try and get an idea not just of how many people are searching for the term, but how many people are actually searching for a local business that does that thing, rather than say information about it, a book about it or something else. Now you can do that when you're looking at search results in a search engine tool just by adding near me to the end of your search. It won't tell you every single person in the country who's looking for a local business with a search. Some people will type in the name of their city, some people will put in my area, that sort of thing. But it gives us a rough idea. So if twice as many people are searching for boiler repair near me as they are for boiler maintenance near me, then we know that that's a bigger local search. So let's say I'm a physiotherapist specialising in back pain and I want to know what are the best words to use to hit people who are looking for local back pain treatment. Well, if I have a look here, I've typed back pain near me into SEMrush and a few different ones come up. We've got back pain specialist near me, back pain treatment, back pain clinic, doctor and physio down here. Now looking at these numbers, I can see that I might well be a back pain physio, but there are way more people searching for back pain specialist than there are for back pain physio. So optimizing my website and my whole online presence as back pain specialist might be much more useful to me than calling myself a back pain physio. At this stage you won't be deciding on your keywords definitely, we just want to come to have a list of potential keywords, know how popular they are and know how difficult they might be. Then what we're going to do is now look at them in a lot more detail in the next section of keyword research, which is understanding search intent. So let's have a look at that. So what is search intent? Every time you make a search in Google or another search engine, it takes a guess as to the intent of the person making the searcher. Is this person looking to find a local business? Are they looking for information? Do they want to purchase a product? Are they researching something? What results is a search engine going to give to them that's best going to fit their search? And what we want to do is take the keywords that we've identified and actually try typing them into Google and see what sort of results Google gives us. So let's go back to our physiotherapy example. Let's say I'm a physiotherapist specialising in back pain, and I've identified 3 potential keywords for my business. They're back pain relief, back pain treatment, and back pain clinic. And I've seen that all of these have a good search volume and that I might be able to compete for them. So let's go over to Google and see what happens when we type each one in. If I start off with back pain relief, let's see what the SERP actually brings up. Search is the search engine results page, and that's what we're looking at here. So you can see there's lots of very general information about how to relieve back pain. It's giving us some products that might be useful, heat packs and that sort of thing, NHS information, Bupa information, some videos, but no local businesses. All it's giving us here is general information on back pain relief, which means if I optimise my website for back pain relief, 2 things are going to happen. One, it's going to be almost impossible for me to rank in this search because Google isn't returning clinics or small businesses for that sort of search. It's returning information. The other thing that's going to happen is Google is not going to want to put me in that search in the first place. It's going to say, well, you might have a great website optimised for back pain relief, but this person who's searching back pain relief probably just wants generic information, so I'm not going to return you. Back pain relief is going to be a pretty useless optimization for my back pain physio. So let's try back pain treatment instead. Here we can see at the start this is a bit more positive because we do have some sponsored results. So if we're running Google Ads, we might actually get in for this search term. But in the organic results, we're still looking at a lot of general advice and information. NHS back pain, more sponsored products, Mayo Clinic and so on and so forth. Videos on how to help my back pain and even some images, but not a list of local businesses who might be able to help. So again, back pain treatment, not a very useful term for me. Let's try back pain clinic, which was the last one that we identified might be a good term. Now, if we search back pain clinic, we've still got sponsored results at the top, and then the first thing that comes up in organic results is actually a list of local clinics that might be able to help, and I might want to click through to Google Maps to see different ones. If I then scroll down a bit further, now we have clinics who actually specialise in back pain. What Google is saying is the person making this search is looking for someone who can actually help them with their back pain. I'm going to return businesses that will fulfil that. That means back pain clinic is by far the best optimization out of back pain relief, treatment or clinic, because when we optimize for clinic, we are likely to be shown on this results page and we are likely to get genuine traffic from it. When you're searching your key terms to find out if you think they're going to be good for you, you also want to get an idea of how competitive they are. So some terms like back pain clinic are very, very popular, they're very competitive, and you'll find that a lot of the businesses ranking for them are actually quite well established businesses. Now, if you're also well established and have plenty of resources, that's great, you can go after them. If you're not so much, you might prefer going for niche terms that have fewer searches but are less competitive, where you'll have a better chance of ranking. Niche keywords could be anything that's a bit more specific around the main service that you're targeting. So for back pain, that might be something like lower back pain, sciatica, slipped disc, back pain from driving, back pain from gardening, that sort of thing. Once you've gone through these first 2 stages, so you've used SEMrush or a similar tool to identify keywords which might be useful to you, then you've Googled them to see what they actually bring up, see whether they bring up businesses like yours and whether you think you're able to compete in that particular search market. Now you should have a good list of keywords. All we need to do now is think about geography, which is the final step. So geographic optimizations are really just as simple as saying the areas that you want to target. So this back pain clinic, we could be back pain clinic London, we could be back pain clinic Bristol, we could be back pain clinic anywhere at all. And it's just a case of picking the right geographical optimizations for us. Now, to start off with, this is really, really simple. simple because all you have to do is make a big long list of everywhere you might want to rank. So we're here in North Greenwich in southeast London. My optimisations might be Greenwich, North Greenwich, London, southeast London and the surrounding towns like Woolwich, Charlton, Blackheath and so on and so forth. It gets a little bit more tricky when we have to pick a main one. So for example, on the title tag on your homepage, you only have 60 or so characters to play with. So you're going to say back pain clinic and then room for 1 or 2 locations. So if I'm here in Greenwich, do I pick Greenwich or do I pick a bigger area like London, southeast London or so on? There's really no right answer to that question, and again it depends on your market and how big a player you think you are. Bigger areas like London are going to be much more competitive to rank for, it's going to be much more difficult, but the market is much bigger. If you're well established, that might be a really good term to go after. If you're smaller and don't have so much resources, it makes more sense to make your main geographical optimizations a much smaller area. It's going to be a smaller market, but there's much less competition, and there'll still be people typing in back pain clinic Greenwich who I'm much more likely to rank for. So by the end of this process, you should have a nice big list of keywords, identify which ones are your primary ones, the main targets you're going to go after, and which are all the other good opportunities that you can optimize for. You'll also be able to pair those with your geographical locations so you know which are your primary geographical targets that you're going to use in those very small SEO spaces, and which are all the other ones you want to target, which you can add when you've got a bit more room. So to sum up, choosing the right keywords for your SEO is absolutely crucial. We need to know that they're keywords people are actually typing in, but even more importantly, they're bringing up searches which are going to bring us customers and make us more money. Don't forget to like and subscribe and grab your free SEO Runbook from the link in the description. We'll be releasing a new video every week as we make our way through our local SEO course, continuing next week with our video on profile optimization.